In preparation for the Jubilee year, Pope Francis invites us to dedicate ourselves to what he calls a symphony of prayer, to enable Catholics to meaningfully observe the year of prayer leading up to the Jubilee. Faithfulness and perseverance in prayer demand powerful motivation. We need to be firmly convinced that even though the pain is not always easy, it is worthwhile starting out on it. And the positive aspects of this faithfulness are out of all proportion to the efforts we make and the difficulties we inevitably encounter. In prayer, the soul is purified from wrong. Charity is nurtured, faith takes root, hope is strengthened, the spirit's gladdened. In prayer, the soul melts into tenderness. The heart is purified, the truth reveals itself, temptation is overcome, sadness is put to flight. In prayer, the senses are renewed, lukewarmness vanishes, failing virtue is reinvigorated, the rust of vices is scourged away, and in this exchange there comes forth living sparks, blazing desires of heaven in which the flame of divine love burns. My friends, human life finds its full balance and beauty when God is at its center. Serve God first, said St. Joan of Arc. Faithfulness to prayer is what effectively ensures that we can give this central place to God in specific ways. Without faithfulness in prayer, giving priority to God risks being nothing more than a good intention or even an illusion. If we do not, we will subtly but surely put our own egos at the center of our lives instead of the living God. We will be distracted by a large number of different desires, demands, and fears. So by contrast, if we do pray, even though if we have to fight against the weight of our own egos and our own habits of self-centeredness, egos and our own habits of self-centeredness, yes, and selfishness, we will find that we will be working in the direction of detachment from ourselves and recentering on God that little by little gives him the first place in our lives. We always need to establish that viable connection with our loving God who freely and in turn gives us assurance, and he gives us hope in our lives. Yes, it is not easy to pray. All the saints of the church struggled with prayer. And in that struggle, they came close to God as their Father. I remember as a young seminarian, I can clearly remember the times of morning prayer at St. Augustine Seminary, 5:30 a.m. Imagine trying to keep in touch with God so early in the day. But it taught all of us, young seminarians, the power of prayer in our lives and the listening to the voice of God in those morning hours. I truly admire people who come early to Mass in the morning to prepare themselves for the Word and Sacrament. God truly touches our lives in those moments of quiet and peace. I'm sure that as teachers and leaders in our Catholic schools, there is nothing more real and beautiful than to pray with our children who have such a special relationship to God. For a quiet, reflective moment, let us listen to this music and voice so that we can hear the voice of God in our hearts.